So once Daphne realized that Carter was not hers, she went back to France. So Steffi called and said, I would love you to come back to promote this fragrance. She said, no, as long as I have these feelings for Carter, I can't do it. So I think she's going to ask Carter not only to convince Hope, but to convince Daphne to come back. And that, I know it's business, but it's not business. It's business, but it's not business. I'm trying to think what else. Brooke. This is what I thought Brooke was going to do, but I see how she's played it. So Maroney, which I don't know how I missed. That's Ridge's half brother. Maroney is back in town. I'll show you the picture so y'all can see. And he's back in town because he knows that Ridge and Taylor are back together. That means Brooke is free. Of course, Brooke is not budging. I love Ridge. He's coming back to me. They even kiss. And then after they kiss, Ridge walks in the office and Maroney is he taunts Ridge. Oh, I see you're back with Taylor. Congratulations. And Ridge is like, what do you mean by that? So Ridge is classic Ridge. Nobody is good enough for Brooke. And let's be honest, except you. Taylor picks up on it. Brooke's sister, Katie, picks up on it when Brooke brings it up to her. And even Steffi was like, why do you care who Brooke is with? It sounds like you're jealous. And Ridge, of course, spins off, nah, I meant to protect her. And even Steffi, which I love, this is the first time in a long time she said something that made sense. And Steffi was like, let's be honest. The fact that you told my mom, who you're back with and y'all living together, that you need to protect Brooke, what do you think that says to her? Bars. Go ahead, Steffi, tell your daddy. Of course, he got his look on his face. Dude, stop it. If you're not gonna be with Brooke, let her go. That whole I can't stand that. That's the Phyllis. I know I'm jumping on that soapbox, but the whole Phyllis and Nick and Sharon and Nick, their whole explanation for why they deal with each other on the level they do is because we share children together. Y'all share adult children who can make decisions for themselves. RJ is a grown man between Brooke and ever since they found out about Luna, we have not seen RJ. Like, he completely is gone from the show. Yeah, he used to date Luna, and then it comes out that she killed all those people. Crazy. But it was just like, you stop it, Brooke. Stop it, Ridge. So this is what I thought was going to happen. When Ridge left upset that Nick was there, Brooke had this look on her face like, okay, let me act like I'm really feeling Maroney or whatever his name is. And that's going to cause Ridge to realize I can't live my life without you. So I'm going to drop Taylor and be with you, which I think is going to happen. But the way she was talking to Katie about it, it's like, she said, Ridge is very protective of me. Like, he feels like Maroney is not the best for me. He's looking out for me. And Katie says, he sounds like he's jealous of you. He doesn't want you to be with anybody else because he's jealous. He wants to be with you. So she had this look on her face like, really? Really, Brooke? Really, you didn't know that? And then when she went to go drop off some papers for Eric at the house, because Ridge, which I never understood why Ridge could never have his own place. I just realized that. Ridge, you make all this money and you never really had your own place. Let's think about that. He's either living in the house with his dad, which, let's be honest, Eric has a huge mansion, or he's living in that huge house with Brooke. I've never known Rich to have his own. At one time, I want to say he had a condo. There was this young girl he was with years ago, and that's when Rich was in a condo, I want to say. But for the most part, he goes back and forth between Brooke's house. At one point, he was living with Steffi because he was there with Taylor again. But anyway, so Brooke goes to Eric's house to drop off these papers. Brooke ain't slick. She was going there to hopefully run into Ridge. And when she goes in there, Taylor is there. And Taylor knows that Brooke is being very, she's like, you're being very complimentary of me right now. I think Brooke was just being nice. But I think ultimately, and I might be wrong, ultimately, she wanted to throw in him. She did. So let me just tell you the story. So Taylor says, yeah, I heard that Nick Maroney, I think his name is Jack Maroney. I'll put his name up. I heard Maroney is in town. And you know he's in town because he knows about being rich. So obviously he's here to see you. Really, Taylor? We know that, but for you to go there with Brooke, and Brooke will say, it's interesting that you bring that up. And Rich is against me being Maroney. So what does that say? Y'all. Like, I was like, okay, Brooke. So Taylor, and even Taylor brought that up. And Taylor, that's one thing I forgot to bring up to y'all. Taylor mentioned to Eric earlier this week, and he bypassed it. We saw it. So she brings up to Eric, you made Brooke the showstopper in the show because you wanted to create a moment. I know the moment you're trying to create because you feel like Ridge should be with Brooke. And I know you care for Brooke, but what does that say about me? And he was like, I don't have any ill will against you. And when she went to go press him with it, Ridge walks in. So then all of a sudden Eric is like, well, Donna is calling me to go such and such. Let me go. Because you got found out. Because how are you going to smile in this woman's face that you allowed to live in your house with your son? They're cohabitating together, but yet you're secretly trying to drive them apart. Come on, Eric, and your old self. And everybody else was in on it. Like, Eric was in on it. Donna was in on it. And I want to say Katie was in on it. Like, they knew Brooke was going to be the showstopper. And, well, at least I think they knew. If they didn't know, they understood the assignment. They understood what Eric was trying to do. That's her destiny. And Nick Maroney said, I kept on calling him Nick. I have a feeling his name is not Nick, but I'll put it up. I know Maroney is his name. But the point I'm trying to make is he made the comment to Brooke when they were talking for the first time in years. He said, you keep talking about how rich is your destiny, but maybe your destiny is different. Because if he really loves you, why would he leave you for Taylor again? Why do you keep dealing with this? Why do you keep allowing yourself to settle for someone who obviously does not want you? Yo, I'm so it's going to be interesting to see how will Brooke use Maroney to cause Ridge to be jealous and eventually leave Taylor, or will she genuinely fall for Maroney and find herself between a rock and a hard place because she genuinely loves Maroney? Ridge wants her back and she doesn't know who to decide. That happened to Nikki. Because I remember Jack saying, I don't want you to break my heart. And he ended up leaving Jack. She ended up leaving Jack at the altar of Victor. That's a story with herself. How many times she went back and forth between Jack. That's why Victor, for every right, could feel some type of way about Jack. This man married my woman, not once. I need to look that up. How many times Nikki and Jack were married. And every single time she went back to Victor. It's foolery. It's foolery. And that's why Diane feels some type of way about Nikki. Y'all used to be married. Like, stop it already. Like, there's a scene from Young and the Restless where Diane is like, well, where's Nikki and Victor? He said they were already on the train. You didn't smell her fragrance? And she's like, why do you know her fragrance? Like that was the look she had on her face, but it didn't come out. She was like, what do you mean? She has a very distinct fragrance. Of course, he's so naive. Stop it, dude. Stop it. But Bold and the Beautiful, I'm wondering what I hope happens with Luna. She's going to be doing the origami class, and a lecturer is going to show up, or somebody's going to show up and see that she's there and alert people like, this is not who you want to have it. See, this is why I don't like recording past 7 minutes, because when I looked up, time ran out. So I hope that somebody shows up at the school without Luna suspecting, like she's gonna let her guard down, and as a result, that's how she's gonna be found out, and they're gonna have to put a restraining order. That's what I hope happens. But I have a feeling, because we already know this is gonna end up with someone getting shot or killed. And it's gonna be interesting to see who that person is. You want it to be Luna, so it can be done. But the reality is, every soap opera has to have a crazy person, and Luna right now is that person.